Hello, I'm Amanda and welcome to my channel, Amanda Gets Growing. If you've not seen my channel before, it's me, Amanda, talking about the fruit and veg that I grow organically in my small back garden here in the southeast of the UK, sharing what I hope are some useful tips and tricks, and also showing you some of the garden transformations that I get up to, which might give you ideas. And today I'm going to talk about this. What is this? It's horrible. And why does it keep happening to my chard and spinach leaves? That's what I'm going to talk about. But before I get to that problem, I did actually want to talk about something else today. It's not really anything to do with gardening, but it's my channel, and sometimes I feel just compelled to share this with you, really. So if you're not interested in that, please feel free to switch ahead. I'm going to put the timings below so you can move straight on to the section where I tell you how to deal with this problem. Ugh. Okay, so let's get personal, and as I say, if you're not interested in my sad little life, I don't blame you, so feel free to skip past this bit. Now, I'm not usually the sort of person that shares personal information from their private life. There's people who know me who really know nothing about me, really, and I definitely don't usually put stuff on social media or anything like that, but for some reason this week I feel really compelled to do that, and I think it's because I feel very disrespected in both my personal and professional life. Now, I'll leave aside the professional stuff because, oh yeah, you know, work is work. But back to the personal, and maybe if I start actually at the beginning of the creation of this YouTube channel. So the reason why I set up this channel is kind of an interesting story. I set up this channel because I was seeing this guy and I thought it was going really well, and then basically he stopped wanting to spend time with me, and I asked him about it, and he gave me this huge speech about how I was really boring and he was so creative and he just couldn't bear to spend any time around me. Yeah, this really happened, okay? So I was like, I'll show him, I'll set up a YouTube channel about gardening. But yeah, all joking aside, actually I think it's one of the best things that I've done this year, so no regrets there. And then let me move on to the thing that's happened more recently, and I'm going to share this. I'm not sharing this because I want any kind of revenge or anything like that, and no one involved watches this channel, so I just want to share it. So yeah, after I split up from this guy, someone else I know asked me, you know, how it was going, and I shared that that we weren't together anymore. And then from that point on, they started signaling that they were interested, available, you know the drill. Anyway, I found out this week that they're getting married. Not only that, I suspect that they've known the entire time. Well, they probably have been. They must have been planning their wedding all year. This is hardly news to them. So the entire time they were playing this game with me, they were planning their wedding. Really not a nice feeling at all. I feel quite grubby, if I'm honest. Not that it's anything that I've done wrong. Yeah, I just want to share that. I just want to get that off my chest. I think it's been a really unkind way to treat someone. Back then to gardening, which is very much my happy place. And let me tell you, someone has been having a lot of fun in my garden recently. Oh yeah. Not in the way I'd like, to be honest. So, as you remember at the top, I showed you this. Ugh, it's horrendous. And obviously, by the time the leaf gets like this, you're not eating that. It's not fit for anything, really. And I'll come on to what to do with leaves that are in this state later on. It's going to start very innocently, though. It's going to start like this. Here we go. Do you see that? Just this lovely little, like a little like train track or something going through the leaf. Almost, you would miss that, right? You wouldn't think anything of it. The leaf is otherwise healthy. But yeah, if you do nothing, it will go from that to that before you know it. And in between, it will start to look a little bit like this. Now, if you grow chard or spinach at home, 100% you've seen this problem, because this is caused by the larvae of young flies, some moths, some beetles, and what happens is they basically eat your leaf from the inside out. So they're sorry, it's very breezy here today. So they're basically their grubs are inside the leaf, and they're taking away the moisture from the nutrients from the leaf as it grows, to the point that it will eventually kill the leaf. But there are things that you can do to prevent that. Now, if you have a squeamish disposition, you can look away now, but I do want to show you. So if you look here, look how translucent this leaf has become. I want to show you what exactly is inside the leaves, so bear with me a second. So on this plate here are 2 leaf miners. I don't know if you see that, but basically they are 2 little grubs that were in this leaf here that I've just taken out. Okay, so what are the strategies for dealing with leaf miner? Now, I have bad news to begin with. You're never going to eradicate this problem fully. It's a little bit like slugs. You just have to manage the problem. There are so many creatures that employ this strategy that you're never going to eradicate it completely from your garden. You might have some years where it's more of a problem than others, which I guess is due to like different climatic things that impact the success of the insects. But what I will say is, when the damage starts occurring, the leaf actually goes a bit translucent, and you can see the grubs moving around in there. And at that point, I'd really recommend getting stuck in there, giving them a good squeeze, and dispatching them. It's a strategy I recommend for something else too, ladies. Now, when the leaf is like this, just remove the leaf to stop it from spreading to the rest of the plant. You can give this leaf a good wash, and there's nothing to stop you, once you've removed this little area here, which is the impacted area, there's nothing to stop you from eating the rest of this leaf. It's still good. You won't come to any harm or anything, because the grubs are only here, they're not in the rest of the leaf, and all the nutrients are still there, and it will still be super tasty. So there's no need to waste what you've grown. When you get to this kind of stage where it's spreading throughout the leaf, personally I think the best thing to do is just remove the leaf, and at the point that you remove the leaf, you're going to stop it from spreading to the rest of the plant. Now, what do you do with the leaves when you've removed them? So I realised that I have been inadvertently making this problem worse in the garden, because I've been composting the leaves. And what I've discovered is that unless you have like a really hot compost bin, which I don't have, maybe you have a hot composter, I think then it would be fine, because it would kill them. But in my compost bin, they're just carrying on living, and then I'm putting that compost on my garden, and I'm probably making the problem like worse. I was asked if you could burn the leaves. Now, you could do that. I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but yeah, definitely don't put them in your compost bin. Learn from Amanda's mistakes. We can all learn from my mistakes maybe on this video today. Seems that I've been making a few of them recently, but if you're not making mistakes, you're not living right. So that's my update today. I'm going to be back maybe next week or the following week. I want to give a talk about the garden as it's changing now, as we're in autumn, and showing you just how it's progressing, and what's going to be coming up in the next few months. So see you later. Bye bye.